Hey guys, here with Comics here. Uh, basically making a second, or well, episode, second video about transgender issues after the response to the first one. And then I got some response from the first one. Basically, this one has been interesting. Um, as someone who is supposed to be is transgender, uh, is saying stuff like, this stuff's actually, doing it can save people's lives and, things like that. But, the issue is, and then I, of course, don't know what it's like for them. And in some ways that is true. I am, comfortable. I am fine. I've accepted the fact that I was born male, and, yeah. That's fine with me. But I found after weeks of research, I realized what the true issue is with this stuff, and it extends far beyond transgender issues as well. But basically, here's the deal: it's about people feeling trapped, in lives they don't like. They don't want to be trapped in being feeling like they're being forced to live a life they don't like. A lot of fear and anger and hatred about it because it freaks them out so much, takes them off. I know a little bit about that because I don't what that was like. I'm not going to go into details really, but I will say that I once had a job that I felt trapped in, and economically speaking, yes, it was not paying that much. I was only working a few days a week. I'm not paying that much, and I was seeing all this stuff going on where my family needed more money, and this job was paying a little pittance, and it's like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Then the thought process began. I'm going to have to spend the rest of my life doing blank, or I don't want to spend the rest of my life doing blank, doing this. Because this is horrible. This is terrible. I got desperate. Over the years I've learned never get desperate. If you feel like you're getting desperate, stop and think, realize, that it's not necessarily that bad because you get desperate, stupid, crazy things can happen. It's not good. You got to watch out for that. So basically, what happened was I got desperate and decided to, Oh yeah. Also, there was let's say, issues with some rumors that got around about my health condition, different conditions like ADHD and whatnot. So they're like, let's treat him. And then of course the people are like, oh, let's treat him. Let's treat him differently than everybody else. So it was even more of a discrimination, more of a plain being singled out and pushed around and feeling like I'm trapped in this position in this place with all these people that are just messing around, hating me and have the worst for me, don't care about me and stuff. And no, the answer was I responded badly and eventually quit that job and took my family off, and things got worse because of this, because of I got desperate and decided to take drastic measures to get out of a life I thought I was trapped in, of something I thought I was trapped in, and so that's not a good idea. It really isn't. And like this person commented on the last video saying, I may not know exactly what it's like, because of course I've accepted that I was born male. But born male and stuff. So none of this. I feel like I was born. I did not feel I was born in the wrong body because I wasn't. But still, there are issues that I have to deal with as a black man, as a man and a black man as well. There's things that cannot be changed. You have to accept them. You have to move on. You can't, I cannot change my gender, physical gender. I cannot change my race, no. But I get to say, hey, I am more than my gender, my physical gender, and my race. I am more than my job title. I am more than you know my level of economics. I'm more than that. I am me. And that's the issue. I will not fight. And I will, of course, trust God on things. So I'm not trying to fear. When I feel fear, I'm like, no, wait, I trust God on this. Other people don't, of course. That's something they have to work on. But I trust God. He's helping me do things right. And I realize it's like, I remember all the stories I've read about, read in the Bible, and testimonies I've heard. I'm like, hey, he helped people through worse situations than this. He'd help me. He is helping me. I can survive. I have something. Stuff's going on that's actually good, and I know eventually things are going to get better. So no need to freak out. No need to get desperate. So that's my deal. Of course, it's like, everybody's thing is different. Stuff is different, and in ways, that person's right. Things are different for some people, in some ways for people, but things are the same. Basically, men and women have the same set of feelings. I said in a comment before, they just have different reasons for feeling them sometimes. You see, it's like a girl is, when she gets her period, is definitely has feelings about that. A man can never have. And when a man gets excited and has to hide it, it's not to offend everyone around him. That's something that a woman will never, at least, I don't think so. Not in the same way. No, definitely not. Definitely not. No. Yeah, so there's definitely some different things going on with different people, but, feelings are the same across the board. So, yeah, it's interesting. It is interesting how similar and yet different people are. But yeah. The point of the whole thing is that, basically, never, not giving, I'm a strong advocate of not giving into fear, never getting desperate, if I feel like I'm starting to, stop and think, realize that things could be worse, and they're not, don't take drastic action, like that, be careful of that stuff. That's just my thing, that's my point here, because it's just like, I've seen testimonials of people who for transgender issues. I've seen people who have transitioned and then had to decide to transition back because it didn't help them. So I'm like, that's, I don't know about that stuff. It's kind of cheesy. Kind of cheesy. I'm still a firm believer that the body you were born in is the best one you will have. So, yeah. No, I'm not even. If it's like a actual medical issue, that a doctor would say, okay, this is a deformity, this is wrong. Then that's one thing. But when it's like, oh no, you're medically sound. They examine you, you're like, oh yeah, you're medically sound. Nothing is wrong with you physically. Then you're like, then it becomes cosmetic surgery, and those are very dangerous for not much payoff other than to change the way your body looks. Just I see. I'm like, it's just so strange to me. Other people like. I think it's so strange, but it is. Yeah, there was a video that was saying there are two ways to deal with issues like this. So that is, you can either transform the soul to match the body, or transform the body to match the soul. I'm a big advocate of transforming the soul. Okay, the commenter was saying, thought I was saying that transgender issues are a mental illness, when I meant to say that it is a mental issue, meaning it is something that is best dealt with mentally, in the mind. I've seen people who have basically tried to work on their outsides, and not fix their insides, and that's caused huge problems for them and everyone around them. So, work on your insides. That's the real truth. See you next time.